Good evening, my team is Michelle Hill, Ashley Durán, and me, Rocio, and we're going to present Dia de Muertos vs. Halloween.
Well, I will tell you about the Halloween. The early origins of this festivity is very ancient and go back to the ancient celebration of religion character of the Celtic European culture, especially for the celebration of Samhain, what is the harvest celebration. They separated the year in two periods, the winter and the summer. The Samhain it was celebrated on the night of October 31st. Christmas and Halloween. During this day, the spirits of the dead people could cross to the world of the living people and return to the place where they lived, and the barrier between the present, the past, and the future fell down. The crops for the Celtic people were very important, and they had care of them. They believed with the arrival of the spirits of the dead people that also some wicked spirits came and they brought these fortunes to the Celtic people and to the crops. For that reason, they decided to dress with terrific costumes to go away the wicked spirits. This tradition is continued with the making of more terrific costumes. Trick of Treat. During the past of the Jews and the arrival of the Christians, this Celtic celebration was adapted to this religion with the said trick or treat, where the people offered snacks to the beggars in exchange to exchange they to a pray for the souls of the purgatory. It was believed that while more people pray for the soul of one person will help him to go out of the purgatory. In the current time, this ancient celebration was adapted to countries like the United States of America, where the children go house to house asking for candles and say trick or treat. The pumping lamp. The pumping lamp it came from the legend of Jack O'Lander, a man that when he died, he went to the hell, but because his behavior, he was thrown out from the hell. The evil felt pity for him and gave him a coal of fire that Jack put inside an empty radish. This will help him to like this way in the dark, where he was condemned to wander over the time. The people will use pumping instant lives.
Dia de Muertos. The Dia de Muertos is a celebration in Mexico when the animals of the sick people come back to the world of the living to spend time with their relative, and they are nourished with the sense of food that is offered to them on the altars for in their honor. There are different ways to celebrate Dia de Muertos. For example, in Yucatan Peninsula and Quintana Roo is celebrate Canal Pichán, that means Comida de las Ánimas. Canal Pichán is celebrated from October 31st to November 2nd. October 31st is dedicated to the soul of children, November 1st to the soul of adults, and finally, November 2nd is the Dia de los Fieles Difuntos. According to the belief Mayan, Canal Pichán, there are animals that don't have relatives or for some reason don't put an altar for them, which is known like anima sola. For them, small and simple altar is placed somewhere in the house with that kind of offerings. Well, what are the elements of the altar and its meaning? In the altar is used a white tablecloth that represents the clouds, because for the Mayans there were 13 upper skies and 9 lower ones. Also, the green cross that represents devotion to Christ and cosmogony of the Mayans. The foods that the deceased love are placed as offering. For children's toys and colored candles are placed on the altar, and for adults, black and white candles, as well as the photograph of the deceased people. There is also a pot of cempasúchil flowers that, together with the candles, light the path of the deceased and gives them. On the other hand, the incense works as an invitation for the deceased to get down to the world of the living to taste the food they made in their honor. Finally, the most traditional food of the Dia de Muertos is the multipollo and the tamales.
Well, what are the difference and similarities of this both celebration? Halloween and Dia de Muertos are two celebrations very common currently in Mexico, but at the same time are very different, especially in their geographical and cultural origins. Well, Dia de Muertos is a tradition of pre-Hispanic origin that the Mayans celebrate on November 1st and November 2nd. But on the other hand, Halloween has its origins in the celebration of the Samain, which is an Celtic festival, and it's celebrated on October 31st. It is important to know that although both celebrations are based on life and death, and it is believed that both of the souls they said come to visit. However, the difference it lies in Halloween, as people usually wear a mask and other costumes to avoid being recognized by ghosts, because that witches, fairies, goblins, and demons are associated today with this day. So it has a scary and spooky meaning, and Dia de Muertos is related to joy because we remember the ones that have gone. Without a doubt, both celebrations are very important, unique, and transcendental because today both are recognized worldwide, and they are also source of pride for those who celebrate them because the culture and tradition will not be extinct when passing from generation to generation and never get lost over the years.